Hi guys, and welcome back to Teaching with Miss T. I am Michelle and let's get started with today's video. Hey guys, so long time no talk. I have definitely been gone for a while. I am done with my first year teaching, so yay for me. I survived. I am still alive and I will still be teaching next year, so it wasn't that bad. So I am going to go ahead and get back onto documenting some of my things that happened there. Even though I am going to be teaching next year, there's a lot of changes and lots of things going on, so I need to inform you all of that and then how my first year teaching went. So I'm going to go ahead and start filming those videos for you guys. If you're still interested, let me know down below so I can do that. But as I was coming back to YouTube, I started seeing this video that really interested me because as a first year teacher, even though I did know what teaching paid and what like the salary was and stuff, I did not really know what it would actually end up being and like what the actual cost of being a teacher is. So this is such a great video for me to get started back on. So if you haven't been seeing them, you probably have, but Megan from Too Cool from middle school was the first one that I saw, and then LaTanya from Smarty Styles also did it. They did like a collab, and they are basically wanting to know how much it pays to be a teacher, if you can afford to be a teacher and live on your own, and all of that depending on where you are from. So I am gonna just answer those questions, and hopefully this will help someone out that is thinking of becoming a teacher, or it's already a teacher and you are going to feel a little happier that you get paid more, or a little bit more upset that you might make less. So it all is going to depend on where you're teaching. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So the first question is, what state or country do you live in? So I live in Texas. I live in Texas. I live in the Dallas area, where I teach in the Dallas area. So the DFW, if you've heard of that. Question number 2, how many people live in your household? So I have my fiance and then my 2-year-old daughter who's about to be 3, and then a surprise, I am pregnant. That's one of the big surprises. So there will be another little baby coming into the family. So technically it's 3 people right now, but will soon be 4. So are you a single or double income household? That means that we are a double income household. My fiance does work, so that helps a lot. Question number 4, do you own or rent? We actually rent an apartment. So yeah. I guess I should tell you, I saw that Megan kind of told you what it was the price for. I do not live in the same city of where I teach, and that is because it is way more expensive where I teach than where I live, and then because of family and stuff, so we live closer to my family to help us out and stuff, and like our new baby. So we pay with bills and everything about $1,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment. So that kind of gives you an estimate. Number 5, what is the highest level of education? Does your education level affect your pay? Yes, I have only a bachelor's degree because, like I mentioned, I just graduated a year and a half ago, right? I think so. Like a year and a half ago. So this what just finished my first year of teaching. So I only have a bachelor's degree. I do plan to get a master's, just because, to be honest, I want it. It does affect how much we get paid, but it is not like a big difference. I am also a bilingual teacher, so I get a stipend for that, which I will talk a little bit more in the next question after this one. But yeah, so yes, if you have a master's or doctorate, it does affect it. And then if you have like a specialized something, I know that bilingual teachers get a stipend. I believe special ed teachers also do. And then in my district, you have to have an ESL certificate also. Otherwise, you won't even get hired. So I guess you kind of do need the bachelor's degree and then the ESL certification, which a lot of people nowadays, it's basically incorporated into your degree. But I know that a lot of teachers who had been teaching for a while had to go back and either just take the test or go back and do courses if they couldn't pass the test, I'm assuming, I don't know, to get that that certificate, the ESL certificate. Otherwise, they would lose their job. Number 6, how much did it cost you to attain your degrees? Are you still paying for your education? So I did go in to teaching, starting off at a community college. So thankfully, I have no debt. We paid off everything with our money, either by, like, at first it was my job that I worked in during high school, and then my mom helped a lot out, and then eventually when I moved in with my fiance, he paid for everything. So well, not for everything, because I did get a lot of help. I had scholarships and financial aid because I was a first generation college student, so I got a lot of help. Basically half was paid off, and then we paid the other half. And I did start community college, like I said, but I did not do 2 years. I did I guess 1 year, because I started off my schooling right after sorry, I was like, am I recording? Yes, I'm recording. Sorry, it's been a while, guys. So I started off college right after high school that summer. Like, I think I had like a 1 week break, or maybe 2, maybe 1 week, like a 1 week break from high school, and then I started my community college. So I went that whole summer, and then I did a whole year, and then I went another summer. So technically I did all my 4 semesters, so I got everything that I needed to do in that 1 year. And then right after that summer, which would have been my first summer of college, after college, I had all of my 2-year basics done, and I was able to transfer to the university, because I also did like I think I did 2 or 1 like mid like semesters and during like spring break or something like that, or like right after. I think one was called like a Maymester, which was just for the month of May or something. So I was able to finish that quickly, and then so financial aid / scholarships paid for everything that first year. And then when I moved into the university, that's when I had to pay like half of it, because I did not have enough to pay for the actual whole university or whole cost. I also lived at home, so that obviously brought my expenses way lower. So yeah, so we paid everything. So I graduated with no debt. We were super tight on money those whole 4 years, or 4.5, because I had my daughter. I took a semester off for my daughter. So, but whatever, that time we were really tight on money, and it was really sad. But you know what? I got my degree, so I did not spend way too much on my education. My master's, that will be all on me if I don't get any scholarship. Well, I can't get any more scholarships, right? I don't know, but that will probably be pushed away a little bit, just because of time. And then because it really doesn't affect our pay that much, which I'm about to start talking. So number 7, how is your salary schedule structured? Starting point, max out, salary, annual increase, etc. So I have this right here. We just got a little bit over $1,000 pay increase from last year. So I'm just gonna tell you what it was last year, because that's what I started off getting paid as. But yeah, so I get a little $1,000 bonus for the year. Not a lot, but hey, I will take anything. So if you have 0 years of experience, you get paid you start getting paid off $52,425. Also to mention, I work in one of the highest paid districts in my area. I think it's probably the highest, to be honest. So just a heads up, because I know a lot are not this high in my area, or it's not very common. There's like 4 or 5 that are also around that same price range. Others are about $5,000 to $10,000 less. So it's just FYI. But yeah, so 0 years of experience is $52,425. After that, I guess I could show you real quick. I could post it up. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but if not, I'll try to insert a clip. But also, you get a $1,800 annual stipend if you have a master's degree. So that's around like $1,800 for a master's with all that depth. So we will see. I don't know, but that is every year. And then if you do have a doctorate, you will get a $3,600 stipend. So that's a little bit better. And then you max out. So after, I mean, if you don't have any like master's or doctorate or anything, if you just have your bachelor's, you start off at $52,425 and you max out at $62,710. So it is not a lot, and that is with 30 years of experience. So basically in 30 years, all I'm going to get as a raise is a $10,000 raise. So that's kind of sad and kind of depressing, to be honest, now that I'm looking at it. But hey, what teacher does it for the money, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, whenever I went into education, I'm going to be really honest, my whole family was so upset and pretty mad. I had like my grandpa who supported my decision of being a teacher because that was his dream, but or he got 3/4 of the way through college and then dropped out. Anyways, not the point. So everyone was pretty upset about how much teachers got paid, and like that I was gonna go to school and have a degree, because there's lots of people that don't have a degree and earn much more than me, including my fiance. So that's kind of upsetting. But that is it. I think that was it for that question. Oh no, I do get a bilingual bonus. So let me tell you how much that is. I had it here too. That I get a basically $4,000 bonus for being bilingual per year. That's what I'm saying. I get a $4,000 bonus for being bilingual. However, for having a master's, it's just a $1,800 bonus. I don't think that's very fair. So I will probably put that off for a while, which is kind of upsetting because I always wanted to do it super quick. Okay, anyways, after that, oh no, I lost the questions. Sorry. The next question is, one second. The next question is question number 8. Where are you on your district salary schedule? So like I mentioned, this is my first year, so I would have 1 year of experience, so it would be 1 down, and then plus my bonus, plus like I mentioned, we got about a little bit over $1,000 pay increase. So I'm assuming that would count towards me too. Like I will be moving as if we get paid more. I don't think I'm stuck in last year's pay schedule. I'm hoping. Who knows? That's a pretty good question. I'm assuming not. Fingers crossed, because $1,000 extra would be nice. Do you supplement your income in any way? If so, how? No, I do not. I was planning on teaching during the summer, but with this baby coming, I am not. So no, I do not. Number 10. How much money does your district give you for supplies at the beginning of the year? Do you provide basic supplies through the school year? We get $0 handed to us saying, here you go buy supplies. No. However, my district or my students do bring their own supplies, or they pay for like supplies. So like basic pencils, journals, folders that they need, we ask for and they bring. My school also has like if we need like sticky notes or index cards or highlighters or permanent markers or expo markers. Obviously not like the good kind, but they have all of that, and pens and like red pens, blue pens, any color pen except the colorful pens. But like basic necessities, we have a closet for. We get our paper. I know that some schools are very strict on paper, and you only get an amount of paper for you to print, and then after that you're on your own, or an amount of ink and you're on your own. Not our school. Like, we basically have everything provided for us. I know that if you buy things you can get reimbursed, but I haven't done that. I just buy things and I don't deal with it, which I probably should, because it adds up a lot, especially your first year of teaching. But I know that we also have like a bonus or a budget for, depending on what our district decides for the school year, of like if we need to, because I know like this year I didn't have any clipboards or like a lot of books, so the district bought a lot of my classroom library books, and they bought me like clipboards and what other things I can't remember. So we do have that does stay though. It's not like mine. It's just gonna belong to, like, I was a 4th grade bilingual teacher. So now next year I will no longer be a 4th grade bilingual teacher. Sneak peek. So that will stay in my classroom in a sense, or that would stay with the new 4th grade bilingual teacher. So number 11, do you have additional deductions taken from your paycheck? Yes, I do. We have, I have the basics like health insurance, life insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, and then I do have the other things, or like, and then federal income tax that they take out. I also have the TRS member contribution, so that's basically retirement. And then I have 2 of those coming out. I don't know why. Probably look into it. I have a TRS member contribution and then a TRS care member contribution. I don't know. And then I also have my district education foundation, so just a donation that I want to make every paycheck. And then I have voluntary life, so life insurance for my daughter and I. And then I also do have childcare provided from my district, or basically my daughter goes to a specific private only daycare for students of teachers, so that gets taken away. And then that leaves me with like about half of what my net pay is, so that's pretty sad. A little bit over half of what my net pay is once they take everything off. To be honest, my insurance is horrible. I will no longer be having my district's insurance or a teacher's insurance. I had been warned to not take it, but being a first year teacher, I was like, oh no, I have to have it, I have to have everything. So yeah, I got suckered into it, I guess, and it is horrible. To be honest, I don't pay a lot because I got like the basic one. However, I pay a lot for my out-of-pocket pregnancy expenses. So it's a lot. It's sad. And yeah, so my boyfriend's fiance's is so much better, so I will be joining his pretty soon, hopefully. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because it's horrible. Which might not be so sad, because I don't think I'll get pregnant again next year. But number 12. Do you feel like your current salary is enough for you to make ends meet? To be honest, if it was just me by myself living at home or living in a 1-bedroom apartment, it probably would be okay. I wouldn't be living in like the best apartment ever. But like I mentioned, I do work for a district that gets paid pretty well. However, if you start adding in like our actual bills and house payments and having a double income, it helps so much that I have a double income, because my fiance makes basically the same amount that I do without a bachelor's degree, which that irks me a little bit. But so he does. We basically use his paycheck for everything, so I guess we would be living comfortably, and then like whatever extra expenses we need, I just spend. Like the only thing that I actually pay for is daycare, and that's only because it gets taken automatically out of my paycheck. So if it, like I mentioned, if it was just by myself, it would be fine. Like I mentioned, I am going to be having a baby, so I am going to be going on maternity leave, but I will only be gone for a couple weeks because it wouldn't, not that we would be super tight on money, but it would not be very effective for me to not to take a whole year off. Like with our financial goals that we want, it would not be effective for me to take a whole year off and like not get paid for a whole year. So to answer the question, we could live on my paycheck, however we would be very tight and we would be going like paycheck to paycheck if it was just me and we had even with just one daughter, like even if this second baby wasn't coming, we would live literally paycheck to paycheck, like making ends meet. So yeah, teaching is not the highest paying job, obviously, but who cares about that, right? Because we don't. How many months a year do you receive a paycheck? So I receive a paycheck all 12 months. I know everyone else has been mentioning how there's different options, and yeah, so there is. My district actually got rid of the 10-month pay a couple years ago because no one would actually do it, so they just go ahead and divide your salary over 12 months and then pay you the whole year. And then number 14, in general, what other major monthly expenses? So like I mentioned, I just said like rent. Thankfully, we own all 3 of our vehicles, so we don't pay for anything, that which adds to the why we would be able to live okay. I have daycare, like I mentioned. And then just basic bills. We don't have anything right now. It's my my baby's bills, my doctor bills. I have to, like I said, my insurance is horrible, so I have to hit my deductible, which I still haven't. And then it will start covering, but then since our insurance starts every beginning of the year, I will probably not have delivered yet, so I'm gonna have to hit that deductible again. So it is very expensive to have a child, which is a whole different topic, but that's like the biggest expense we have right now, of besides just normal things, just like rent and stuff. So yeah. Are there any financial goals that you are still working towards? Yes, I would say just we're trying to work for is a house. So we were actually going to move into a house this year, right before the baby was born, but we decided to instead move to an apartment closer to my family, just because, one, expenses, and it is very expensive to get a house when you're having a baby, because it's expensive to have a baby. So that would have been 2 huge major investments that we would have to make, and you never know what's going to happen when you have a new baby. So we did not really want to risk it that much, one, and then 2, having to go back to work. I'm probably just taking my 6 weeks off. So having to go back to work with a baby being 6 weeks old and leaving them with a stranger is terrifying. So in order for my family to be closer, or to be closer to my mom, because that's who we moved closer to, and her staying with the baby, and then my fiance taking paternity leave off, so, but her obviously helping out, because do we really trust a daddy with a newborn? I don't know. We do. I do. I will, and it will be okay. And there's so much family here, so it will work. But so we are hoping to just stay in this apartment for a year and then moving into our house, because we were like in the process already about to sign for a house. However, we just, for personal reasons, it wasn't much. Yeah, well, I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, it was the money too, but like majorly, it was the whole I'm going to back to work in 6 weeks, and we were obviously going to go move further away for it to be less expensive. So it was going to be very hard with a newborn and a 3-year-old with no help from family. So that's why we kind of stopped off. So that is our biggest financial goal that we have for hopefully next year. That is our goal. That's what we said. Who knows? It might take another year after this. It all depends. But hopefully we will be moving into our house next summer. And then last question, what is the biggest piece of financial advice you would offer someone considering teacher? So if you are looking to be a teacher, to be honest, I totally understand the whole oh, I'm going to college, I'm going to the university, I'm going to go wild, I'm going to live on my own, I'm going to not need help from my parents, blah, 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 blah. But to be honest, if you have parents or family members that support you, stay at home if you're close to the university. If not, live as far away as possible from the campus if you can. Like, I understand a lot of schools make you stay there the first year in the dorms, but after that, to be honest, the 20-minute drive or the 15-minute drive is gonna be totally worth it if you are saving thousands of dollars, because it is very expensive to live in campus. Also, go to community college, like, even if it's for a year, like, just to get your basics. You don't even have to do both years, or just some of the basics. That saves a ton. So I did both. I did not move into a dorm because, like I said, I went to community college, so they didn't have any dorms, so you just basically had to live at home. And then when I went to the university, I drove for like 20 minutes, and I would be there on top of me moving in with my boyfriend, so it would have not been cost effective to get an apartment over there, since his job was the other way. So but just drive it. You can still have the experience. You can still have friends who live at dorms. You can visit them. You can still have parties at your house because, hey, it's not right at school. You can go a little bit farther and stuff. But to be honest, I would really, really recommend, if you do not go straight to community college because you want the full experience, do get an apartment far away from the campus as soon as you can. Because, and even, to be honest, a 15-minute drive or a 20-minute drive apartment is probably going to be still expensive, knowing that it's near the campus. However, it's not going to be as close as living across the street from the campus. So that's what I would consider. But to be honest, if you are watching this video, or if you are a teacher, or if you are thinking about being a teacher, there is no financial advice that I can give you, because you already know that teachers do not get paid a lot, and that it is not the highest paying job, and you just deal with it. Because you know what, all of us who want to be teachers, that we want to be teachers, it's not because of the money. And also, I guess, kind of another side thing, if your parents or your family members or your friends are saying, hey, don't be a teacher, that is rude, they don't get paid and stuff, like my family was, but that's what you truly want, it doesn't matter, because it will all work out at the end. Just because teaching is I don't know, it just gives you so much joy seeing everything else that you don't really think about the money sometimes. So even though it will be tough, just enjoy it. And yeah, now I'm like rumbling. So thanks so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. If you want to continue hearing about now my second year of teaching, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And even if you want to hear about what happened my first year and stuff. So thanks so much for watching and sticking around, and I will see you next time. Bye.